So hello everyone, Modern here with my review of South Park episode 1, the premiere episode of season 21. It'll be a short review here, I think, because I was thinking if I would review South Park, and so on. And I say that, yeah, I love South Park. I watched South Park as a kid, right? Since 21, I've been watching it since I was like 10 or something, I don't know. I watched that for the whole my life, right? And I watched the episode, I was like, okay, so they're definitely referring, of course, to like Charlottesville. They're generally white power movement, because it's like white people are that was great. The whole thing is like white people are renovating. So of course Rand is like you're ruining my brand here. I'm white people. You're ruining my TV show. And that was pretty funny. But otherwise, actually one is about this review here, and I don't know more reviews, but it's like this episode was pretty boring. I just want to say that to the world. I was like, I just want to rant and say this episode was pretty boring. Like I'm laughing. It was like. I was generally amused by it, but it just felt kind of sad. Like it was kind of bland. Is bland. Like, so first of all, the best part definitely was with the white. We are white people. Trying to sue them and so because we are white people, and so you're ruining for the rest of us. Yeah, I'm no, but they look like I'm racist now and so on. That was pretty good. And I liked how Sheila in every scene, his wife, is always very like standing there. I do like decoration. It's like he's like, yeah, we are white people, we do this thing, and he's like, yes, this job is great. That was definitely the best part of it. But I really like the ending of it. So I mean, the general story, right, is that, so spoilers, it's gonna be a spoiler review here, is that the general story is that the classic like rednecks of South Park like took our jobs to doing that thing again, right? Rubble, yeah, and they're angry at automation, which actually is a really serious issue. And I say it to my friends, and especially my mother and grandma, and so on, talking about the textiles, that this is the problem in the world. Though I say it a lot. I am very much like deterministic. I am quite the deterministic technology philosopher, and I use it a lot actually. So I do definitely relate to that though. That they are more angry at technology, right? Like they're gonna be automated and so on. Because one issue, and I have been, I know some stuff for that because I've been in some lectures and I've been talking to people about AI coding and so on, and like AI development for cars. Because I mean, I'm mainly I'm a gamer, right? With game production mainly, but obviously in games we use a lot of advanced AI sometimes. So I've actually been at like some meetings and so on with people that do develop cars, and they use like code from games to like, okay, this is like deep learning machinery that become intelligent in the games to like avoid the player or hit the player and so on, and they use that to try to control cars, and it works pretty good actually. So I've been at like those driving tracks and so on once or twice. So actually, if it is one thing, actually, by the way, it is one thing actually, I would say as an engineer should be worried about, is actually the self-driving cars primarily, because they have this Alexa part, right? But the main issue is that a lot of people work with driving taxi, buses, tram, trains, all of that, and I guess airplanes. But all of that can be pretty easily automated, especially like trains and so on, which of course already are. And they already self-driving cars, right? I have been in them, I've seen them and so on. I've been testing them. Well, yeah, I have coded my own self-driving machines and so on years back, actually, like 6-7 years back at school and so on. I read it back then, like 7 years ago. I was coding like my own trucks, like small, like this big size trucks, like mini trucks. You can code it, and you can like walk around on tracks and avoid stuff and so on. So I've done that. It's actually very easy to do. So yeah, this is my review of South Park. It's real. No, but that South Park actually is very, very accurate. It's very accurate. So I like that actually. That I liked a lot. It wasn't very funny. It's more sad and depressing, especially knowing how it actually is. But that is very true. Yeah, people are gonna get fired or so on where you can automate stuff, especially cars then. But the problem with it wasn't very funny. Like but the problem was it wasn't very funny to the episode of the South Park, because they were just going around and like, rebel, we are white people, we want them to get rid of the Alexa stuff. And it felt weird. It also felt weird they were fighting those like the home machines. And sure, they got the whole job on being at places like being their like intelligent machine at home. And that was funny, but I think that the shock value after that drop for South Park actually wasn't that very funny, because it was funny the first time we started having to be the Alexa machine. I heard that's kind of funny, it's just ridiculous. But afterwards, like, it makes no sense because they're still using like apps on their. They have like different like iPhones and Android stuff like that on their body, right? So they were still using the machinery. So the basic only thing they was that you could have voice command. That's the only thing they actually replaced, and that really made. I know it's comedy, but it felt like I would rather have it like that. South Park would have. Oh no, we have like. I think we should do it better. Like South Park should have. I can't remember her name in South Park, but like the bus lady. Like, she should get fired and be like, oh, we have a Saturn bus now, and so on, right? And they'd be like, oh, we can fire the gardener. We have a self-going lawnmower, like my neighbor has over here, like that. You see them every day, like yeah, like those things. And it would be like, as my mom has one of those, and she has like the whole self-going vacuum cleaners, 3 of those in the home and so on, right? Like those things, that would be way more interesting, I think, actually. This was more shock value, but I think it was just kind of stupid ones. And I know South Park is supposed to be edgy and so on, but it was like kind of like silly. Because I didn't like that they were still using all the text stuff. I more liked that it was like, no, we're gonna. Yes, of course, we're more demeaning for him, but I think it was better if they had everything being automated, everyone being angry. Of course, they had the next stuff also, but then they're seeing them having to do this like minor slave labor. They were like, oh, for $1 an hour, I can mow this lawn, and so on. Like, not even that, like 1 cent an hour, and it would be this ridiculous job. I think that would make more sense. You can have stuff also, but I think that would just force him to do that stuff, like going out, oh, clean our lawn. But clean our lawn, you get $1 an hour. Go, boy, like that. I think that would be better if they forced to do even more demeaning stuff in that sense. And also then, like, reclaiming the jobs that machines be doing, right? So they would all be like this wicked, cheap handyman. I think that would be better, in my opinion. It would make more sense, and it would still be very demeaning. I mean, you could have the same thing and that. But please, they should not have had most of those texts on them, because that would look too silly. The first guy, but one people could use it, but afterward it was just kind of weird how it's supposed to do that. Like, it was just, I don't think it was funny. And also, I didn't like the ending of it, I have to say right away. I did not like the ending at all. With the whole, like, oh, I can't renovate. Like, that's the issue, you can't renovate. I mean, that was funny. It was like, oh, I can't remove this wall in my kitchen because it's a bearing wall. It has the structural bearings. Hey, you have to keep it. But after that, it was like, okay. That was everyone turned to him like, ooh, it was kind of funny. Get like the southern flag right inside the paint, like inside like a frame and so on. That was kind of cute. But that scene was like, okay. After they started building it, I was like, this is not really fun up here. And they didn't like conclude anything. Then so that wasn't very fun. Actually, it was kind of weird because a lot of stuff they didn't conclude, actually, because they didn't conclude why they would stop being angry. He was stop being angry because he got his house, but everyone else would be like, we still have a job because or they used the meaning thing. And like I say again, they should have been better if they used they had to do all the shit they work well. And of course we have the other subplot is the Cartman part, which is which I didn't like, actually. I think it wasn't funny. It was funny in the beginning a little bit. So it's like, okay, first I was oh, she's still together. First I was like, oh yeah, he's still dating from last season. Okay, that's nice. Some canon dating. I like that how it kept going. But he gets Alexa. Obviously, he's in love with his machine more than her. Which that was fun. That was really funny. But then the whole like, oh, she's abusing me and so on. It was kind of fun. It's very Eric Cartman to be like, oh, she's doing this thing, mind by this thing. But I don't like that he never is paying to anyone else. I don't like that. Like, one of my favorite moments, for example, one episode I like is when Cartman steals Timmy's yoke, right? And it's like, he talks to Kyle. And Kyle's like, I know, Cartman, I know that you believe that you did it. Yeah, I did, Kyle. No, I know that you believe that you did. I don't believe you did it. I just believe that you did believe it. Yeah, I know that you're insane and you actually believe your own lies. And that's one of the best parts of every South Park. And I felt this was so weird because he enters the playground and he says, oh, she's abusing me and so on. And everyone's like, okay. And like, there's no reaction for the other kids. And then later when he goes to the street, I like the scene to begin with, but it didn't lead anywhere. I would like if it went to his mom or some of his friends who stand on Kyle or Kenny, and like they have the happy guys. Hi, this is punching me, she's abusing me, and they're like, really? Again, and it gives him his like, mental insane lie scenario. And they're like, really? Well, it makes sense because why should date you otherwise? And so on. Like that was completely lacked there. That was not happening. There was nothing, no relationship to the guys. So it just kind of ebbed out, and I think it was really boring. And then he just went in to find the machine stove, which is kind of funny. But I'd much rather have that happening before that. And then that also never concluded, right? Because you just had the machines at home, he dumps her, and did I miss something there? But doesn't he still have like all the extra at his home, all the AIs in his bedroom, and that's just kind of how it is. That was weird too. That never like no one ever saw that. That wasn't. I feel like I missed something there. Yeah, I thought the ending was very important episode. The whole department the end department like he dumped her, then he has all the machines and that's like nothing, and then the random part right, they build the house and it's like okay it's over. It was just a weird episode. I felt it was lackluster. Very weak premiere episode, for sure. For sure. But as I mentioned though, the whole adaptation though is very, very true though. So be warned. No, but really, that's horrible. But I wish they could have. I feel they could have done a lot more with that. I feel they could have done a lot more with that. Except doing this city, they could have said, "Oh, people can't do this work. People can do this work. That's why we were angry." Like they could have been so much better presented. There was so much more stuff you could talk about it, and having them do all the stuff like, "Oh, you know, there could be someone's internal machine right so they can be has to be. It should be funny if they replaced everything. That would be way fun. They're like, oh." We can't have the microwave anymore because we have to hire these poor rednecks. Okay, I'll cook my food. It's like, okay, I just stand with the food with some kind of machine. It could be way funny. Never see someone in bed, right? Like, oh, I can't use my my tools in bed, so come here, this cat do it. And then the husband's like, really? Like, well, if he can't choose, he gets his tool. Like, okay, that's true. Like, yeah, I do have to do it. I'm tired, honey. Okay, then I have to use my tool. He's a tool in the business life. And they'd be like, oh yeah. So I think there could be a lot more done with that. If the men had to replace all the machinery they had in the home, there could be so much done with that, especially the kind of bedroom scene when someone's like, I have to do this guy now because you're tired and I can't use the whatever stuff I had in my night. Oh, yeah, I can't use this guy. There's a lot of stuff that could be done, yeah. Or like cooking the food and so on, doing all the lawn. I feel like there could be so much more stuff there. There would have been more than a meaning to it have to do with the random machine job that we have in the home, right? Or just like be entertaining. We don't have TV anymore, we have to do things. So I felt that was just lackluster. So anyways, see you guys. I might just want to do South Park, and yeah, give a like, subscription, comment if you like my review. I know I ranted way too much about such stuff, but it's hard for me. I'm a very fluid thinker. I get stuff. Oh, I actually done that. But seriously though, I always say to people when I talk about it, like get a degree, bro, because I was like, I've been here. I have coded my own little robots, my own little cars. And I'm not a good coder. I'm a horrible coder. I'm a sloppy coder. If I can do that, think about those real engineers, not those fake engineers me to like a design engineer. Think about all the engineers that actually do like this hardware engineering. They can build cars already. The only issue is actually that the cars are the only issue really today is that there's too many human drivers. So the cars can't handle like human bad behavior mainly. They expect people to drive good. So if you drive bad and so on, they have problems with it. So mainly, if you had this as just an industry, or staying at town with only cars right to draw itself, actually would work easily today, pretty good, like pretty almost flawlessly. The problem is that we can't just get them out now with other cars. That's what I've been working with in deep learning and so on. Kind of learn to like human behavior and like avoid bad humans and so on. That's the only problem. So anyway, yeah, see you guys and have a great day. Where's my button?